My dear students, in the last video I told you about community living in villages, also about the Gram Panchayat and their functions, right? So here in this video we will discuss about community living in towns and cities. So you can see your book page number 133. Already it is written that in towns and cities the local bodies that manage the affairs of the area are municipal committees, also known as municipalities and municipal corporation. Okay, so these are two local body, municipal committee and municipal corporation. Okay, so in town and cities the local bodies that are called your municipal committees and municipal corporation. In villages it is called Gram Panchayat. Okay, so big cities such as Delhi, Mumbai have municipal corporation, and whereas the small towns have municipal committee. So you have to understand that in big cities, so for city it is municipal corporation, and for smaller towns it is under municipal committee. Okay, so they have to manage all the affairs of the area. So each town or city is divided into wards. I told you about these words. You also know while you are writing your address, so at that time you write, no, you mention like ward number 1, ward number 2, ward number 3, like that way. So they are the places, the area is divided into under some wards for the purpose of election. Okay, so that why that ward is divided? For the purpose of election. In the time of election, the members are elected from among the people living in these towns and cities, and from each and every ward, one councillor is to represent that area. Okay, so that elected member is called your what? Councillor. So they represent, each councillor represent their ward. So the mayor is the head of the municipal corporation in the cities. It is very, very much important, students. You can underline this one. Who is the head of municipal corporation? The mayor. Okay, the mayor is the head of municipal corporation. Already I told you the head of Gram Panchayat. Who is that? That is called your Sarpanch, right? So the Panchayat head is your Sarpanch, and municipal corporation, there it is called mayor. Okay, and it may be he or she is assisted by the commissioner and other government officers like chief engineer, the chief medical officer. Okay, so in case of your municipal corporation it is mayor, and in case of municipal committee it is under chairperson. The head of municipal committee is called chairperson. You can underline this also. And this commissioner, chief engineer, then chief medical officer, they used to assist the mayor. Okay, they help them, and they also guide and suggest that what is important and what is good for the people and how they can serve the needs of the people. Okay, so that is assisted by the commissioner, or it may be any other government officer like civil engineer, means chief engineer, any kind of engineer. It is not compulsory like civil engineer only, it may be any type of engineer. And the chief of the engineer means all who is the head, and the chief medical officer, because for the construction purposes engineers help, and medical officer, that means during the establishment of any kind of health center, basic health care. So everything used to be done under what? Medical team. So that is also very, very much important. Now let's discuss about the function of municipal corporation. Okay, already we have learned about function of Gram Panchayat. Now let's see what are the function of municipal corporation. They are keeping the town and cities clean by clearing garbage and disposal of sewage. It is very, very much important, students. In Gram Panchayat also we have learned this. The first point was cleanliness, maintaining the cleanliness in the village. Similarly, in town area also it is very much important that the city and the town should be clean, and how we can do that? By clearing the garbage and the disposal of sewage. Construction, repair and maintenance of roads and bridges. So obviously it's very much important, because for communication purpose roads and bridges are very, very much important, and for that the construction should be made properly, and if any damages occur at that time, repairment is very, very much important. The next point is drainage of rainwater and dirty water. It's very, very much important, because if this dirty water and the rainwater will not pass clearly, then there may be chances of flood, and that is very problematic situation for normal people, right? Next point you see, Setting up dispensaries and hospitals and looking after public health. Dispensaries mean, students, a place where patients are treated and given medicines. So that is called dispensaries. So dispensaries and hospitals are very much important for public health. Maintaining the record of births and deaths and issuing certificates for the same. As you know, for birth we get birth certificate and for death we get death certificates. Okay, so that is very much important for means, and that is maintaining that one, like, you know, issuing the certificates is very much important, and that can keep the counting of birth and death rate. Next is your providing safe and clean drinking water by installing tube wells, hand pumps, tanks and taps. This is very much important because, you know, safe drinking water is very much important. As you know, from from water only so many diseases can, like, you know, spread. So that's why drinking water must be clean, and that should be provided from municipal corporation. That is very much important. Then providing street lights. You all know that street lights is very much important. Otherwise, in night time, public will face a lot of difficulty, है ना? Because every time, like, shops will not be open, right? So at that time, if people wants to walk on the street, and if there is no street light, then there may be chances of accidents, and normal people, we cannot walk properly, right? We cannot see the road properly. So that is why very much important street lights. Establishing primary school and public libraries. Public libraries for reading purposes, and primary school, as you know, that education, the government is providing free education. So primary education in village area is very much important. So this point is same in village also and in town area also, that establishment of primary schools and public libraries is very important. Setting up community center. This is the duty of municipal corporation, that community center should be there where people can discuss their problems, and like, you know, one community where people are living in means, you know, in town and city areas also, some people are living in colonies, some societies. So there also, like, you know, one community is there, and setting up a community center can solve small issues and problems in that locality. Setting up and maintaining public toilets. As I already told you about sanitation, so that is very much important, because in city and town area everybody has, like, you know, toilet system in their homes, but in like when you are going outside, and also in that also public toilets should be very much important, and that should be maintained properly. It's not about like only public toilet should be there, and if it's dirty then also it's not good. Okay, so that's why maintaining is also very much important. Setting up fixed price shop. Fixed price shop means, students, ration shop. Okay, where people, like, you know, poor people can get ration. That means your rice, then sugar, kerosene, dal, some basic, you know, needs of the people. So that can be done, like, you know, provided in fixed price shop. In low price they can get those stuff. Okay, that is called your fixed price shops. Setting up of parks and gardens in the town and maintaining them. Parks and gardens, like for kids, for, like, you know, to spend some leisure time, family time. So for that, parks and gardens in the town, it should be, like, you know, built up, and it should be maintained properly. And approving plan for new buildings. So it is very much important. Approving means giving permission. Okay, students. So new buildings, that means municipal corporation has the right to, you know, approve the like, you know, building the structure, because it is depending upon so many factors, like the soil type, and also how much, like, you know, what type of building should be made, and whether it's like, you know, it will be good for that area or not. So everything is taken under that municipal corporation. So approving plans for new building is also comes under the responsibility and function of municipal corporation. So I think you understood what are the functions. So here, likewise the gram panchayat, so this municipal corporation also need money, right? Otherwise how can they provide these facilities? So here you see all these public services are very much important, and the municipal committee and corporation need a lot of money to carry out these activities. Obviously, to do these things they need money, right? So they collect money in the form of taxes. So I'm sure you know about tax, right? Tax means the money that we pay to the government. So that is called tax. So tax such as like, what type of tax we pay, like property tax, road tax, toll tax. Okay. So many taxes are there that we pay to the government, and that money used to be collected, and that can means from that only municipal committee and corporation get money to do those activities. So they also get funds from the state governments, also not only from the taxes, but also some funds are there for like, in the time of need, like, now coronavirus time, like COVID pandemic times, in that so many funds, from so many funds they get help where the people need so many things were provided at that difficult time. Okay, so that funds used to help in that time. So these civic bodies have to really work hard to provide the above mentioned public services. So whatever these points, these all are what? These all are the basic need of public, right? So to do this public service, it is very much important that the people who are working, who are included in municipal corporation and committee, they should be very much hardworking, so that the civic bodies, that means the members who are included in municipal committee and municipal corporation, they should be very much hardworking and honest too. So it is the people's duty to cooperate by paying taxes regularly. So as you know, from the taxes only they can do all those their duties properly. So that's why we, the normal people, we should obey the rule, and we should pay the taxes regularly. People must look after the public property. Obviously, like you can see, public property, hospitals are there, railway station, bus station, then parks. Okay, so schools. So these are public property. So it's not about like this is not my property, so why should I take care of it, or why should I see this property? So it's not like that. So that is why whenever you are visiting the roads, any kind of station, school, colleges, hospitals, everywhere, we should maintain the cleanliness, and we should not damage the property. Okay, because that is public property, that is our property, right? So if people in the community follow the law and order and observe rules, these local bodies will function in a better way and benefit us in several ways. So as you know, I already told you that it is not only the duty or function of municipal corporation or committee only, because it's for the public service. So we the people, we the public, we have to be sincere, we have to be like we have to follow the rules and regulation, law and order properly. Then only the civic bodies can work properly, and they can help us, and we can get so many benefits. Some non-government bodies also work for the government for the betterment of the community. So that is called I already told you about NGO, right? So non-government organization. They contribute to the welfare, care, and education for women and children, and help aged people. Aged people, so they make old age home, like that. I already told you about the orphanage, old age home. So these kind of places they used to make for orphans, those who don't children who don't have parents, then aged people. Then welfare means the development of that place, and especially for women and children, the education. Okay, these things are very much important. So that one can also be done by that NGOs, the non-government bodies. That is called your non-governmental bodies. Here it is written. So that is also called NGO. That means non-government organization. So this organization work for the benefit of the community as a whole. Okay, so they don't expect something in return, that you will do something for them also, but they that is comes under social service, and in that way that organization, like this type of organization, work for the benefit and betterment of the community as a whole, means together. Okay, so this is the end of your chapter, students. I hope you understood this one, and already we have discussed most part of this chapter in our online classes already. So in our next class we will discuss the question answer. So from this, students, if you have any problem, you can share with me. If you are not understanding any word meaning or any sentences, so that one you can share with me. And students, you just try try to go through the small lines that I told you all, means to underline, so that lines you go through, because from there also short questions may come. And also go through the functions of municipal corporation as well as gram panchayat. Okay students, so thank you. I hope this video will be helpful for you, and go through and read this chapter thoroughly once again, and we will discuss the question answer in the next video. Thank you.